welcome to Blackened Earth.
Bum, bum, bum.
Da-da-da. So,
Alright.
I picked some introduction music, and I only picked it because it is played on the hurdy-gurdy, so enjoy that.
I know this. I remember this music well.
So,
Turn it down a bit.
we see the realm of Akshi, the realm of fire. Not this one, the one that you were in previously.
What?
We see a long road stretching through the desert plains, and upon this road there stands a single fort. The fort, Festamir. And as the camera zooms in on the fort, we can see a line of caravans on one side of the fort waiting to gain entry, including one metallic behemoth, a Cogfort. But as we look further down the road, we see 4 individuals making their way towards Fort Festamir. A binding, if you will, a binding of heroes. So, would you like to introduce yourselves? And let's start with Mikey P, because it's very fresh in your mind, is it not?
I'm already a bit lost because you said there's a map, but this isn't the map we're on. But there's a map with
No, this is
flaming.
not- I knew this would have confused, but for some reason I deleted the wrong JPEG, so I couldn't upload it again. So
Well,
just ignore
the
this
map
map
is-
for now.
Just there's nothing. Okay, I'm gonna just zoom in on the.
Listen to the sound of my voice.
Okay, I'm just zooming in because I don't want to distract me. Yes. Did you all finalise your characters last time, or were you still just fluffing around?
We shall start with Milo's character.
Oh no,
Vargi Norgrimsson.
that is right. This is Vargi Norgrimsson. He is a seasoned Arcanaut from Barak Mornar. A talented engineer, a tinkerer who enjoys building weapons and gear, who may have been reprimanded now and then for, foregoing some of the expected safety measures, but and he had a little life of adventure, going out with his skybound crew, getting stuff, doing things. But a disaster struck one day. His crew was downed and set upon by Ossiarch Bone Reapers. They
Bony bastards.
I know. Terrible stuff. Terrible. Most of the crew were killed. Vargi and a couple of his comrades held off against the Bone Reapers for longer than they might have been expected to. Black Barak down or something like that. Anyway, they were rescued by a group of Stormcast who were in the just in the local area, really. But no, they were fighting the Bone Reapers down in the realm of death. Vargi had a little change of heart. He thought maybe this life of adventuring is it's not just about that. Maybe I could do some good in the world. And then he thought, well, I can probably turn a profit being one of the Soulbound. So he signed up. He bound his soul. He set off in service of Sigmar, but also possibly in service of himself and his guild.
Sigmar, Prophet, and Duardin.
I think what did I put down here in his? I'm sure I wrote something pertinent. Oh well, can't have been that important. So that's Vargi Norgrimsson, Arcanaut extraordinaire, toting his aethermatic volley gun.
So you're the other duardin then.
Not just any duardin, but a Caradron overlord.
That means nothing to me.
Sounds very impressive, though.
Does.
Right. Klaus or Vale-Lord Ardanadoc Dreadbark?
My God.
Doesn't have to be.
I can go. Do you want the background or just like what he's about?
Just give me
He's really big.
elevator pitch. Yeah.
Right.
Your
Okay.
paragraph
Well.
introduction.
Okay. So off the top of my head, Klaus of Kroppenleben even, was a young lad who was scouted for his magical ability, taken to learn the lore of metal, in which he did a bit of time working at the Imperial Gunnery School or something akin to that. Working with metals and kind of using his alchemy and transmutation abilities to kind of aid his crafting and make ammunition. But of course, this wasn't enough to pay for his lavish lifestyle, So he ended up scamming a few people by transmutating copper coins to gold and then getting a bit of infamy. To which point he kind of fucked off, lay low in, was it the Greywater Fastness?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the area?
Yep.
So he moved there to kind of lay low. And just grinding, just getting on with life, trying to make a bit of coin. I think that's where he joins the Soulbound. Is that what connects us joining the Soulbound?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess he's like, I didn't actually get around to that bit, but
That's okay. Is he? So he's part of the grind culture. Does he say stuff like "we move"
yeah.
after a meeting? Is he one of
Yeah,
those
he uses
people?
the 100 emoji a lot. He's a fan of the thumbs up.
Well, apparently,
Likes an inspirational GIF.
There's someone who started our company who says we move and uses the 100 emoji quite a lot. Is this a thing? It's not ironic.
We move.
it's that grind culture, cringy thing, isn't it?
Maybe it is being ironic, actually, now I think about it.
See, think carefully.
But yeah, he kind of he's looking to move on and try and find a new ambition in life. I'm thinking maybe bounty hunting or something like that.
He's out for the life of adventure. It doesn't sound like he's ever found the stable life.
No, he's just always on the move, through necessity.
Yeah. All right, go on, Dreadbark.
Okay, yeah. So
Woof.
Vale-Lord Ardanadoc Dreadbark, who has many names and sub-names and kind of regional names and seasonal names and titles and whatnot, very few of which would mean anything to anybody that isn't Sylvaneth, has always been he's a Kurnoth hunter, which are sort of guardians and hunters of enemies of the Sylvaneth and protect their glades. And he's kind of gone from many a place to place after his original glade, in which he was grown, was burned to the ground by followers of Chaos. But he's proven himself as a hunter and as a warrior, and eventually was raised up to sort of some weird kind of aristocracy, but more importantly was in the court of Alarielle herself, who has now commanded him to join this Soulbound group with the objective of pursuing her interests in Greywater Fastness, whatever you may find out those to be.
Yeah, and actually it was Greywater did a deal with Alarielle, which you'll probably learn about when you get there. But you may know more about that than the others. This sort of peace deal that they have, where they've set these borders of expansion. So yeah, it's very interesting. And you have the sword and the bow, or did you have to choose?
You get both, but you have to choose one talent or other, and I chose the bow one.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, Dreadbark probably knows quite a lot about that, all that political politics. I know absolutely nothing. So.
I'll give you the DM.
Sit.
All right, Sichuan Goldmane. Is that meant to be misspelt, Sichuan?
No, it's how it's originally spelled. Actually, the province is spelled like that. You're thinking of the where we're in a Chinese menu down in I don't know, Chinatown.
The Szechuan sauce at McDonald's.
You're calling me uncultured.
You call me a lot of names for not like Andor, so yeah. Sichuan Goldmane is a spiritual treasure hunter and a fire slayer, one of the heirs of Duardin's warrior god Grimnir. He is in it for the riches, but the fire slayers and are the hunt for gold is a spiritual event. So though he's hungry for gold, it's not callously done. Their whole ambition is to prove their worth, to earn gold. So it's to trials in combat and furious warrior fighting to earn gold. So while he'll do anything to acquire gold, it's not nefariously. It's all through proving of valor and great deeds. But he's pretty on that with the blood, with the war cry of blood and gold. He's from the fire slayer lodge of the Sichuan, who made their home in the forged cities of Chamon and are well known for their nose for gold. So yeah, he's very much a treasure hunter and a furious warrior. With a great memory for history and stories and knowledge of lost duardin treasures. He has, despite the image, his as the name might imply, his beard and his hair is actually pure gold. He's not a ginger. He's a goldy beard, and he has a curious golden, very chunky golden chain around his neck, inscribed with runes that you see him tend to study and fondle. And you're not sure why, but you're blessed to have him on the binding. It's very rare for a fire slayer to join a binding. But his great knowledge and memories of the history of the world will come in great value to you all. So, well done, you.
Nice.
Klaus is absolutely fascinated by your beard, by the way.
Good.
He's just googling it.
If you stand near it, do you get like a weird numbing sensation in your mouth?
Yes. Yeah, that's Sichuan Goldmane.
Nice.
That's a brilliant name.
Nice. So as you make your way to Fort Festamir, you know that this is where the Festamir Realm Gate dwells, and of course it is the job of the Stormcast Eternals to guard the Realm Gates at all costs, which is why the fort was built in the first place. However, you know that the traffic coming out of Festamir has completely stopped, and this is what you have been sent to investigate.
Traffic coming out of it.
Yeah, so all of the all the sort of the tools and the weapons and the supplies that are made in Greywater Fastness have just completely stopped. And this is like Sigmar's armory, so you are sent to go and investigate what's happened. And
this is so in terms of our party, we don't have any particular. Obviously, last time we played, we had half the party were pretty much Stormcast big boys. We're not. Doesn't seem like we're all any of like traditional Sigmarite people, or am I misreading that? Are we all kind of a bit more disparate?
Oh, you're all very like chaotic good and down, I think.
Good. Fun.
Yeah. But you do get 4 Soulfire now, which is cool.
Why is that? No, we always have.
No, because you don't get them for Stormcast. Because
I knew they were holding us back.
Because they're not part of the binding, really.
That's it, of course.
So I will ask each of you a question. I'm gonna roll a dice to see who to ask first. Or I can just write 1d4. I've forgotten how to game.
It,
All right, Sichuan Goldmane. Is this the first mission as a binding? Is this your team's first mission together?
Yeah, all of us together. Yeah, like I said, it's very rare for a fire slayer to be in a binding. So this is very. Yeah, this is a very strange occurrence that he's even here. So this is still new to him. So it's very much.
So maybe you've only just recently met.
I think so.
Maybe you're going in the opposite direction of Anvilgard, which has gone through a bit of a change of management recently, which is everyone's avoiding it due to a certain cheeky little.
Because it's ringing bells. I was like, did that happen? Is that like something Game of Thrones? I was thinking. I was like, what's that from? It sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
From a long time ago.
Way better now.
Yeah, we only spent like a year there.
Yeah, but like so you know, it's all gone now. So you finish university, you could be there for 5 years if you want, but as soon as you're out, it's just gone. So,
I don't know. I remember quite a lot of stuff from university.
Right, heard.
Did you just roll 5 4s in a row?
It seems like somebody's got their fudge settings on.
No, I really don't.
You got magnetic dice or some shit.
Right, Klaus. Actually, that's not a good question for Klaus.
Oh.
This is a good question. Who of the binding have you taken a shine to?
Oh, how do you pronounce your name? Goldmane? Sichuan?
Sichuan.
You've got a golden beard, and I'm a metallurgist and master of transmutation. Of course, I'm interested. I want to cut shavings off your beard and transmutate it into further metals.
Stick it down your rifle.
Yeah.
I think the rest of the party feel quite grateful at this moment that he's not taken a shine to them.
I guess that was
a gleaming shine.
Hands off my twigs.
I guess that was. All right then. So, Dreadbark. Question for you, Dreadbark. Who have you had the most friction with since you've joined the binding?
I think Dreadbark would have spoken fairly little thus far, although I don't know what we've done yet with one another. Imagine the most obvious sources of friction would be with the what's your character's name, Lawrie? Sorry,
Klaus.
Sorry, with Klaus. It's literally under your fucking name. Under your face. With Klaus and with Sichuan, given that they archetypically at least are kind of messers with nature. I think that
I've got a giant axe. I'm just like swinging around as well. That's probably making me pretty nervous.
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't think so, because Dreadbark thinks of himself as naturally by far the best warrior among you, and therefore instinctively, rightly or wrongly, probably doesn't fear any of your weaponry, but would look at the high-tech armor of the Caradon Overlord and think, unnatural wizardry, and look at the fucking metallurgist and immediately think, there's one not to be trusted. But he's been around a bit and knows how to be diplomatic. I doubt he's been super friendly to anybody just yet.
Sounds like he's going to mesh real well.
And, I mean, it's crazy how similar you three are compared to Dreadbark. It's like... but yeah, and then finally...
We don't choose where our monarch sends us to work.
That's true, yeah. Alaria probably prefers it as well, to keep your enemies closer.
Yeah.
What are those pesky dwarves up to? And then Vargi, what are you? I forgot my question. How much are you looking forward to reaching Greywater Fastness?
Oh, very much so. Vargi is I wouldn't say a titan of industry, but an aspiring one. Certainly a
real knight of industry.
Yeah, you know, sort of an armiger of industry. So I think he'd be interested to get into like more comfortable settings, to his own kind of upbringing, and yeah, he's excited for his first adventure in this new little gang that he's in. So yeah, I think he's pretty peppy actually.
All right. Well, you are welcomed into Fort Festamir by the standing Stormcast guards.
Less keen on anywhere called Festamir, if he's honest, though.
Don't
It
worry,
doesn't-
this is a
Doesn't sound good.
This is a Nurgle-free campaign. Don't you worry.
For now.
For
You-
now.
That's what you said last time.
I mean, I know you said don't look at the map, but like, Plague Fleet Graveyard,
Is it graveyard though?
and
Graveyard.
the
They're
Mordus
dead.
Warren.
With
It's Rotwater Blight.
and the Morbid
It's
Warren is
looking at mate
empty.
suspicious.
Morbid Warren has been empty for at least 6 months now.
What colour is the armour of these Sigmarines? Better not be green.
Oh yeah, roll awareness. They're actually poxmongers.
Fuck.
They're blight kings. Cool. So you head into Fort Festamir. Inside, every free space is occupied by carriages filled with goods, cordon herds of livestock, idle armed escorts, and huffing and puffing traders. You quickly learn these traders have been forbidden from travelling through the Realm Gate until the fate of the missing shipments have been confirmed. Looming over all these carriages is a massive iron-railed Cogfort, standing adjacent to the fort's Realm Gate. It has 6 massive spider-like legs, covered in black steel armour plating, and trimmed around its edges with gold duardin runes. Its crew...
COG, Mike. COG.
Thank you. That was my next question.
What do you think it was? Dog?
What do you think it was?
Dogfoot.
It sounded a bit rude, if I'm not gonna lie, when you said it.
Oh dear.
And then I heard about things thrusting out of the shrubbery, and I was a bit.
I literally didn't say anything about shrubbery.
I just imagined a lot very quickly. I think.
Its crew are running about nearby making final preparations. The engines are running, eager to depart, as it chugs smoke into the sky. So as you approach the Cogfort, you are singled out from all the clamouring merchants trying to hitch a ride and barter with the crew. I'm met by the commander of the Cogfort, the Cogfort.
Cog. Yeah, glottal stops in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you were
Oh, wow.
introduced. You were
Mads
introduced.
Mikkelsen's here.
You were introduced to Captain Terzo Heinz,
Here we go. First spelling effort of the adventure.
who introduces himself as the
There's a
commander of the
No.
Harbinger of Trouble, which is his Cogfort.
Handsome lad. Shame about the hair.
Wait, the yeah, that's a bit of a sheer cut, isn't it? Wait, the Cogfort is called
Harbinger of Trouble.
Harbinger of Trouble. The Cogfort's a type of fort, and the name of that type of fort is Harbinger.
The
of Trouble.
Cogfort. Okay. I'm gonna show you a picture of the Cogfort because that seems to make things easier.
It's gonna be phallic, isn't it?
No.
Okay, it's very different from what I had in my mind.
That's fucking cool, is what it is.
Excellent.
Right, so it's more like a tank.
Yes.
It's an Empire theme tank, but with
It's-
spider legs.
It's a train with spider legs. Come on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a big gun.
That's a tank.
Yeah. And Will Smith's driving it.
Yes,
Hey,
he is. And Calvin, not Calvin Klein.
he's having a fight in the engine room.
Calvin Klein.
What's
Oh yes,
that?
Calvin
Someone
Klein.
Klein. Someone Klein, right?
Yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Great film.
So, Captain Heinz appraises you as you ask for permission to travel aboard the Cogfort to Greywater Fastness, which is quick to accept the heroes of Sigmar, as it will aid his journey, as his mission is to find out what happened to the missing shipments for the Ironworld Arsenal. And travel by Cogfort takes 5 days to get to Greywater Fastness.
Oh,
He explains to you that this is a smaller, speedier Cogfort than most, actually. So this is like a a destroyer class.
So we went to Fort Festermire, and the traffic coming out of there has stopped. But we're actually going on from Fort Festermire to Greywater Fastness, which is where the stuff's actually made.
Yeah. So going through the realm gate to the realm of.
So it's really Greywater Fastness worried about, not the fort, not the
Correct.
Festermire.
And
who, when this all started, we've all just wondered here. How do we know this was a problem? We just knew spiritually. Was there like a raven sent to all of us, or?
So you take orders directly from Sigmar.
Great. Okay.
Sigmar made it known to you that your first mission as a binding was to do this. Was to go and do this. He can't afford to send Stormcast everywhere. And what's more, there isn't much of a Stormcast presence at all in Greywater Fastness, so politically it's a whole thing. He'd rather send 2 duardin, a metallurgy mage, and a Sylvaneth who would blend in a lot better.
Are you calling us the Dregs?
Not rude. Welcome to the life of not being a Stormcast Eternal.
Yeah.
It's going to take some adjusting.
A Lord Celestant.
More in the mud with the rest of us.
Cool. It also means I can't just make up a Stormcast NPC who you have to do everything he says. That's a shame.
You can try.
Cool. So Heinz tells you that the Cogfort is going to leave within the hour, and I'll get your names on the manifest. And as you climb aboard,
Sichuan would like to inspect these gold duardin runes engraved in it. If they're of any significance, and B, if they're removable. These are the two main questions. If they can be read plainly, or if they are of
something seeking gold for honor and glory, something.
The kind of thing he's about. He's loving this. This is great. This is like his home.
I think you'd know if you removed the runes. Maybe it would cease working somehow, like something would break or a leg would stop working or something.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
But as you go inside, you sort of go through the inside of the engine deck as you go up, and it's sort of a maze of pipes and cogworks and emberstone power channels and all this sort of stuff.
Very cool.
There's an armory in there with rifles and munitions and a whole cargo bay filled with supplies. For most of you, I think Vargi, maybe like your airships would be the closest thing, but even then, this is on a different scale.
I don't think Sichuan's seen these runes and this used in such a magnificent manner before. He's pretty astounded and amazed. So it's quite the feat of engineering.
Vargi is very much just like wandering around, like, oh yes, very nice. Oh, that's a fantastic etheric anatomizer, and oh yes, very good. Like, and like taking a few little notes on his little. I don't really know what a Overlord would take notes on, but I'll think about that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure you would. Maybe you go to like straight into like the Ember Core, or you try and ask for permission to go and inspect the Ember Core. To see what powers.
I promise I won't touch anything. I promise. I'll leave my tools outside.
Is there like a balcony on this? Klaus is just going to take out a smoke a pipe on the balcony.
Yeah, the top
pondering.
is actually open. There's like an observation deck where the chimneys are.
Probably no smoking ban in the mortal realms either. So
yeah, easy.
That's true.
I mean, look at those fucking chimneys. You know, what's a bit of pipe smoking gonna do with that?
I just trim some logs off of Grimbark face and chuck it on the fire to make the engine run faster. He doesn't notice. I do it very subtly. He doesn't know.
No, you don't. Let's not get off on the wrong foot. wrong route.
Yes.
Grimbark, unsurprisingly, will be as far as we can possibly get from those smokestacks on the kind of deck on the top. Kind of leaning over the railing, and kind of slightly hunched over with his arms kind of in front of him. And if any of you cared to come nearby, you would see that he was cradling some kind of something, some small many-legged life form.
Oh yeah.
And kind of murmuring softly to it.
You've got a bark baby.
And it's got arrows sticking out of it as well.
Oh god. I don't think Sichuan's is that. Sichuan's a bit fascinated by the cannon, looking for fame and glory in battle, investigating. He'd like to find out more about what's being, if anything else is being powered by these runes, if there's anything on the inside that's all connected. He's very fascinated by it, all kind of ties together, and the cannon and the legs, and all the moving parts seem very fascinating to him.
Well, as you kind of go about, like looking around with interest or not, the bell tower chimes 3 times in the fort, and those of you who are on the observation deck will see in front of the Cogfort there is a flat pool of water, like a very large pond, surrounded by these ancient standing stones. And as the bell chimes, you see a single Stormcast Eternal and exit a building. And if anyone would like to roll a 5-1 lore test to see how much you know about Stormcast.
Can I roll an Arcana test?
Worth a go.
Just the lore. Hey. Hey.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah.
Wait, what DN was I meant to put it at?
You need to...
Alright. I
When
know
you
you
do-
still got 4 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fucking fine.
Alright, so...
Just me. Save that for the fights, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to waste those.
So you all know this Stormcast in particular to be a Lord Ordinator.
Nice.
So one whose role it is to deal with all the kind of the mechanisms and the inventions and technical doodads within Sigmar's forces. Inside the Cogfort, you can hear Captain Heinz's voice over all the voice pipes that go through all the Cogfort. You hear a tinny voice asking everyone to quickly grab a seat or strap in as they are ready to depart.
Are there duardin friendly seats in the Cogfort?
Oh, they're all duardin friendly, or there are like kind of harnesses that you can hook onto on the observation deck just to make sure you don't fall out.
Vargi will make his way up there and detach a hook from his belt.
Yeah, you slot in with your suit. Yeah.
Sichuan doesn't strap himself and he just stands strong.
I'm gonna go find a seat.
Dreadbark lashes himself to the railing with some creepers that sort of hang around his arms.
Nice. Nice. So you see, those of you on the observation deck, you see the Lord Ordinator. He's checking the skies. He's holding up these weird arcane instruments. He calls a warning to the nearby people waiting to get back, and he raises his astral grand hammer to the sky, and the sky turns black with strange clouds, and a torrent of lightning strikes the pond of water, turning it into this lightning-filled portal. And as you see inside, the water is kind of swirling around to reveal this black sort of star night sky underneath the water. And just like that, as the Lord Ordinator strikes the ground thrice with his staff, causing lightning to spark, he makes a signal to the Cogfort, and it jolts forward on its 6 legs.
God damn.
As it heads as it heads straight towards this realm gate, and it starts to tip into the realm gate, and you start to understand why you needed to strap in. So microscopic stars and colourful dust clouds appear to pass right through the hull and upwards with the motion. Soon you feel the ship beginning to tilt under a strange gravitational force. The whole Cogfort flips over, and immediately it feels like the vehicle is rising towards the surface. The stars from inside the realm gate disappear, and the Cogfort's legs catch ground, lurching forward once more. Anyone near a viewport sees the changes instantly. The black skies and dry heat of Ashki are long gone, replaced with bright, vibrant green skies, and you might smell the briny breeze of a coastal wind. The harbinger of travel has arrived in Ghyran, the realm of life.
This one sees nothing as he's clearly upside down as he didn't strap in. He's got arse over tit, as they say.
And you've ended up in Solanesh's arse crack or something.
Pretty much. He regrets not strapping himself in now. His overconfidence and arrogance was not rewarded.
Yeah. And so now you can see, on the map, you can see Festimir Realm Gate is here.
Okay, cool.
And your target is Greywater Fastness down here.
So we've teleported to another reality or just somewhere really far away?
It's another realm, so the mortal realms are made up of 8 realms. So you've just gone from one to the other. The reason being is like this is where the two of them are the closest, so a realm gate is possible to go through.
Let's not think too much about the astrophysics of the realms. Can't quite get my head around it.
And so
Stargate.
Stuff when Greywater Fastness goes through these gates kind of side. That's just like they all know.
Sigmar made all of these when he made the mortal realms, and they all got kind of forgotten about when Chaos took over, and now he's been like going around trying to recover them all and protect them, because bad things moving between the realms is obviously not good.
Well, it's bad.
If I was to have a little word with Sigmar, I'd be like, when you were making the realms, right? Did you ever really think that making a realm of death was a good idea?
Look, him and Nagash were
Nagi.
tight. They were like brothers.
Yeah, Nagash the boy.
Sigmar knew.
Kind of stupid.
Well, death is natural part of life. It's better than that than them go to chaos. The souls go to chaos.
Got a bloody Nagash sympathiser over here.
It's grey, Milo. It's morally grey. Okay.
He literally has a black pyramid. What do you mean? The Black
Check
Book
out his
of
great
Death.
work. He did
and his
some
black
great things with
pyramid.
the Necroquake, yeah.
Imagine all the slaves he had build that pyramid,
I mean,
and then revived them again just to
Hey,
build
what?
it again.
Will he made the trains run on time?
He's only mad at Sigmar because Sigmar's like, no, I want to keep the souls and keep using them over and over again. Nagash is like, what about my eternal torture, guys?
This is why I want to see a YouTube series on Warhammer lore.
Right, so yes, you've arrived in Ghyran. Everyone make a 4-1 fortitude test for that fun experience you just had.
Well,
Great fortitude.
bugger
Four.
you.
So I put target the N4.
Yes, please.
I'd love to just learn it right now.
Would Vargi have any advantage in this test owing to floating about on tumultuous skyships being something he's quite accustomed to?
Not unless those like flip upside down, like Pirates of the Caribbean 3-star.
Well, I'm not supposed to.
Do I get a what's the word? What's the opposite of benefit? A negative for not being strapped in.
Ah, how about that?
Yeah, maybe you need 4-2.
And I'm going to learn this now for the whole campaign.
Do it. Commit to
We
memory.
need a 4-2 test. We need 2 4s.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to just go I'm going to make a line about flipping back. So
Yeah.
4-2, we need 2 4s.
It's probably worth considering, for all the designers of the game that are watching this, that maybe they should have flipped it that way.
Yeah, I just
Maybe it would have made sense.
okay.
For a 2-4 test, you might need 2 4s. So,
I got 2
could give
4s.
him that one.
There you go.
All right. So unfortunately, Klaus, inside
You
the
died.
Cogfort,
I also want to follow the fucking instructions.
You know,
Classic.
I sat down, I strapped myself in, I put my 3-point harness across.
yeah.
Everything you could.
Maybe that was worth, like being on a boat, maybe like being on top
you need a
deck
bit- you need a
is
bit-
better for
yeah.
seasickness. So yeah, you your stomach just does like weird ass flips. So you are stunned for the next hour.
Jesus.
Bummer.
So
I'm
hopefully
heating on the dry heaves.
hopefully that great and clean one doesn't come too quick. So on this side of Fort Festamere, Ghyran edition, you see a mirror image layout of what was left behind it. Actually, the star pool, the standing stones, the same ringed construction, and you see another Lord Ordinator standing on this side as well with his astral grand hammer. But apart from that, it is completely different, as this fort is almost overtaken with vegetation and growth and vines climbing up the walls, and mud all over the surface, and trees rising up, sort of almost covering the fort itself, and a single path through them, and that is where the Cogfort starts to steam ahead after the Ordinator gives him the Lord Ordinator in the high vis gives you the thumbs up for doors ready for, disembarking. Captain Heinz, as you set off, asks you all to come to his. Well, he meets you all on the observation deck, I guess, as you're going through the kind of the warm, sort of sweaty, humid environment of this jungle. And I have a music blend I've made to try and encapsulate a jungle, but also a steam tank train spider going through it. So there you are.
Welcome to the jungle.
Yeah, it's just Guns N' Roses, guys. So Captain Heinz asks you all to meet him on the observation deck, and he says to you, I managed to catch a few words with the Lord Ordinator on this side of the Fort Festamere. However, I didn't learn a lot about the situation in Greywater Fastness. Apparently no one has arrived here for 2 weeks. Some travellers have come via the coast, but none bring news of what is happening with Greywater. Seems like we will be the first people to reach them in some time. So I'm glad you are with us.
Doesn't quite bode well. Doesn't bode well for our journey then.
Well, it is a journey we have to make, unfortunately. But I hope you enjoy the journey as it is. Do feel free to chip in wherever you can.
It's been fucking terrible. I've just been sick off the side. Why can't you just put wheels on this thing? Why does it have to be legs?
Did the
You've just got no class, have you?
Bloody dwarves always have to be different, don't you?
did the
What?
And that'll be duardin to you.
Watch your mouth.
did the automated vomit canisters not activate when we went through the port? I shall have to talk to my first mate about that.
There were vomit canisters. What? I wasn't told about this.
I, for one, think it's going to be a lovely trip on this fine vessel, landfaring though it is.
Yeah, it's a powerful machine for sure.
Is Sichuan going to be a pirate?
Well, I think treasure hunter. I'm trying to get a voice that's not just anything else but a pirate. It's a bit piratey, not an aggressive pirate, but a little bit. Mini pirate, I'm thinking.
It's
Pirate.
sounded more Belfast than pirate.
Yeah,
they're-
I'm only just working on it. You got to take a few sessions to settle in, so you know.
Totally.
It sure does. I think we said in the last session that the voices and accents of characters are in flux for at least 3 sessions.
Yes, they are fluid.
Vocally fluid.
I mean, the original pirate was actually a Yorkshireman, right? That's where the...
Well, yeah, I usually don't go in West Country. After a pirate, I don't go in West Country, so it's tricky. I'm trying to just keep my brain straight.
Yeah, the whole West Country thing came from the original Treasure Island movie. The actor that played what's his face, the pirate off of that, Long John Silver, right?
Yeah.
Had a West Country accent, and that movie did so well that all pirates since have been har.
Ah, fair to specify whether or where.
That's a fun fact.
But it's never quite West Country, is it? It's hard not to do, but there is that extra twang to it.
Mm.
But it's tricky. But Milo took Scottish, so I can't do that. So that's.
I had to get in there before you. Sorry.
Mm.
Exactly.
There was that time where you stole my character that was going to have a Russian accent. So
Ah, yes.
Wait,
finally got you back.
Who? Right.
Fuck, what was he
all
called?
your wizard.
Yeah, he was originally going to be Russian, and he ended up being Breen instead.
Oh yeah.
Breen.
That worked out better. Oh yeah.
It did.
It did work out better. So, as mentioned, the journey to Greywater Fastness is 5 days via Cogfort, via Harbinger of Trouble Cogfort. So yeah, the time is kind of Euro. If you do, the crew is mostly made up of duardin. There's some humans and maybe the odd elven person as well, and they all seem pretty chill, very professional, getting on with the job. They all seem to enjoy checking out the interesting things that they see along the journey. And we shall describe some now. So, Klaus, why don't you roll me 2d6?
I was just going to ask as well, are there any other commuters on this Cogfort?
No, it's actually a military Cogfort.
Okay.
But you're given special permission since you are essentially a military strike force.
Nice.
3-1. So on the first day, maybe you're chilling, heaving, doing your dry heaves on the observational deck.
That was only an hour.
And as the Cogfort trundles through the jungle, it comes into a clearing, and you start to see these huge structures coming out of the jungle roof, and you work out these are actually bones, giant kind of ribs of a long dead beast.
Good God, Sigmar's beard!
And
What are those?
as you start to come towards them, you can see it's sort of a home to a swarm of these skittish, kind of lizardy creatures. Not quite Seraphon, but kind of like animalistic Seraphon. Kind of these bipedal lizard creatures who will kind of run in terror as they see this Cogfort smashing through the tree line towards them. Vargi, give me a 2d6.
Don't mind if I do.
4 and a 5. Oh. So the next thing you come across, mysteriously for you maybe, is what appears to be a duardin cairn. Each stone sporting faded runes. You must wonder how these duardin died. Could it be an early expedition in the old days of sort of discovery when they were rediscovering all these new cities and towns?
He has a pang of sympathy for the dispossessed, land-bound duardin, who perhaps would have been safer in the skies.
Yes,
as all duardin should be.
Yeah, or in a big fort.
A Cogfort.
It's the closest you can get to being on a ship without being on a ship. So he's quite content with that.
Yeah, you're quite high up still. So, all right. So Upon the second day, around tea time, the Cogfort continues to steam along the overgrown road. The tree canopy disappears above, and the Harbinger of Trouble emerges onto a stretch of rocky road overlooking beautiful Haish-lit vistas. Haish is the sun. For the first time, you are able to see above the tree canopy. There are only a few dark clouds in the sky. Most of the off-duty crew climb up to the uppermost observation deck to take in the scenery. Even Captain Heinz joins them, and for a while everyone gets a break from the constant cacophony of the jungle. Everyone roll me a 6-1 awareness test.
Well.
Just so you know, I have a keen eye and I'm observant, and I have advantage on opposed tests spotting enemies.
Nice.
Just so you know. So don't try to sneak up on me, please.
I think you and Vargi are both very observant.
Thank you.
I think after our last campaign, I'll never play a character that isn't observant. It came up so often. As it happens, Vargi has, as a part of his ether rig, built into his bearded helmet, some rather fancy ether lenses, which assist rather a lot.
You said DN6, right? It says everyone's rolling it, so I assume that's the case. Oh, not very observant then.
Vargi, what do your dwarf eyes see?
Kagi, you start to notice one or two seeds starting to fall from the sky as they hit the outside of the Cogfort. Kind of like the size of hailstones. Maybe where you're standing, they ping off.
Oh.
But they're definitely like seeds. And since there's only clear sky above you, you think this is very odd. And there's no strong wind to blow them this far either. Suddenly, Captain Heinz notices as well and shouts for everybody to get below the deck. And he's shouting, "Quick, to the below decks! Seedfall! Seedfall!" Like this, and everyone else takes up the call, "Seedfall! Seedfall!" Like this. So whoever didn't pass the awareness test, roll me a 4-2 athletics. That is a...
Doing the John Travolta meme where he just like seeing everyone run past.
What if you don't want to go below decks?
Then you don't have to.
What was the roll? Sorry.
4-2.
4.
So you need 2 4s.
2 4s. Yes.
I can't believe I've now got it. It was that easy. It just didn't even. Yeah, I got it now. It's easy.
Wait, so that did I fail that? Because I need 2 4s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I understand it.
You left 1 dice, so I think it's hard for you to to pass.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Yeah, you tripped over your ropes.
The game was rigged from the start.
Okay, and then Vargi doesn't need to take one because he's passed his awareness test. Dreadbark, you're staying on deck.
Yeah, Dreadbark sort of like lashes himself to the rail again and just kind of looks up into the sky expectantly.
Okay.
It's just like rain for you, isn't it? Seeds falling.
Well, we'll see.
It's normal.
Maybe rain.
So as Vargi and the rest of the crew go through the door, sort of the last crewman out a duardin watchman, as well as Sichuan and Klaus and Dreadbark, who has made no attempt to move. You start getting pelted with these seeds as they start to come thick and fast. You take 3 damage, ignoring armor.
I don't have any armor.
You take 3 damage.
Just so you know, the image is a bit misleading. Fire Slayers don't wear armor.
You can't see anything under the beard anyway.
Do you not have any armor runes?
I have runes hammered into my skin, but they're for beneficial abilities rather than defense, as it were.
Cool.
Is it too late to cast spells, or do I need to jump on that immediately?
Is it too late to wear armor?
What kind of spell were you thinking?
A mystic shield, or something to buff my armor.
No, I think the
What
awareness
does it
would
matter?
have given you the time to act
Okay.
beforehand. So, Klaus and Sichuan, you managed to get under decks after being pelted. Dreadbark, are you staying up still, or are you after it starts to hurt you?
Yeah.
You will take more damage if you stay in the Seedfall.
Yeah.
When you,
The
you will
self-harming
literally keep taking
Sylvaner.
damage until you die, though.
Okay. Well, so all right. So here's my thinking. Right, Dreadbark doesn't know how long this Seedfall is going to last necessarily, and evidently is feeling positively towards it. If if that's like every second, and it's going to go on for a few minutes, then obviously yes, he'll take cover.
Okay.
I'm not gonna die for RP in the before we've even had a fight.
I think being turned to sawdust by your own seeds
Little
would
baby.
be quite poetic for session 1.
Yeah, I'm sure the Sylvaneth
Yes.
know some nature good, some nature needs avoiding and pruning.
Bah,
Bad.
thunder indeed.
So as
We will meet them when they are older.
So as you three and the affected duardin get below decks, everyone you start feeling this pain where you've been struck by the seeds, and Heinz is telling people to get out of your way and telling you to sit down in the cargo hold. And as you see where the seeds have hit you, you can see that they're digging into your skin and slowly growing like plants out of them.
Yeah.
It feels like it should do reduced damage to Grimbark though. Surely he gets points.
Well,
I mean,
How much damage have we taken then?
3, I think it was.
3, yeah.
Okay.
And again, apologies, we played a whole year of the system, but that's just 3 off our toughness, right?
Yes.
Literally, it's one session Pathfinder and just all the rules just gone. Just
Yeah,
Crazy.
maybe we'll say, Dreadbark, maybe you take just the 1 damage then. Because for everyone else, it's like putting roots into their muscles, and
does seem-
like blood red leaves and flowers are like springing out of these seeds.
It's fucking gross.
Yeah,
for Dreadbark, I'd like those 3 seeds that hit him to just grow as different trees. Like I don't know what type of tree he is, and I don't know enough about trees yet to be like saying, oh, his leaves are all diamond shaped. But these 3 seeds that hit him on different areas of his body are growing as if they were like a birch and an
A
oak.
bonsai.
Yeah, one's a little
Get a bonsai.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got a shoulder bonsai growing.
nice. Because these seeds are like designed to land into organic mass, organic tissue, to grow and like feed off of the organic tissue. So it makes sense that for you it would do less.
We've just
Nature
gone
be
to a
wild,
nice round,
man.
could we?
Nature's fucking metal, dude. Get me out. I fully support the deforestation of this land.
Yeah. By the time you get to
Goddamn.
Greywater, you'll be like, go on, lads. Get out the JCBs. Where's Bolsonaro? Get him in charge.
Too late.
Too late. So does anyone want to try doing a 5-2 medicine check to heal someone?
Can't hurt, but I don't see it going well.
I've got 4 mind, but
Nice.
no training in it.
All right, humble brag.
Dreadbark doesn't have medicine, but given that he is made of plant,
Yeah.
do you think perhaps he could do a relatively good job of trying to transfer these seedlings from the others onto himself?
It's like how you roll blue tack on blue tack to get the blue tack off things. You know what I mean? Same thing. It's like
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
I think the infestation's gone too far. We're just gonna have to remove your arms, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting to that point where you need like a medical professional to get them out without. It's like removing a tick, I think.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So you aren't able to kind of do it yourself. So the Captain Hines calls for the Cogfort's medic to come and kind of get these out delicately. So you have a nice fun day in the Cogfort, getting seeds and roots pulled out of your skin.
Lovely.
Dreadbark would like to try to convince the medic to do so without harming the seedlings. Try to remove them without cutting the roots. The medic may not be good enough to actually do that, but Dreadbark would like to ask him to as persuasively as possible, which won't be very persuasive because that's not in his skill set.
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll me like a.
I'm just gonna be yelling to burn it off.
6-1 guile.
I'm just gonna take a torch and start burning them off, man. Fuck this shit.
One at a time, man.
Oh, nice. So you do manage to do it. Yeah. So I guess the medic kind of huffs and puffs, and it's like, oh, I do believe my patient's life is more important than these bloody seedlings, but I've had a lot of practice with this, so I'll give it a go.
Life is like
apart
human.
from with Mr. Klaus, who's already pulled out all the leaves.
Tempted to like. Do you think I could use my molten gaze spell and just do a bit of burning, light singeing? Because honestly, like Klaus has never had any like danger like this before. Like his life's been fairly like normal. Yeah. So he's already regretting being chosen by the Soulbound. He's kind of cursing the fact that the gods put him in this position in the first place.
After the first, not even an encounter.
Yeah, basically.
Well, the good thing about toughness is you can go back to full after 10 minutes of rest, so you're fine.
Yeah, but seeds are digging into my skin. Fuck that.
Yeah, maybe you just like you're probably like powerful enough to be able to conjure heat and fire just from your hands. So you probably just scorch the plants until they just wither to like ash, and then it's just a case of removing the sort of the seed.
The infestation.
Yeah. Whereas with Sichuan, it's kind of all the roots are going into his chest, and then this guy's trying to make sure he pulls them out without killing the seeds because Dreadbark told him to.
Dreadbark was busy like talking to the medic while Klaus was cauterizing himself.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Like turning around to like smelling the burning wood behind him. Dreadbark kind of spins around and is like, "What are you doing?
Cauterizing this bloody infection."
Do not harm the seed. Burn the foliage if you will, but give me the seed.
Is it your seed? Why do you have so much affection for this creature?
All life is my cousin human. Do not anger me before we've even left this infernal machine.
Yeah,
do you
same,
no
but
harm to give me the seed intact.
the life that is my cousin, These are just, little bastards trying to dig into my flesh.
Well, let it dig into mine instead.
Well,
He
sure,
holds
if
his
there's
hand
anything
out.
left.
He holds his hand out. Big woody hand with twiggy fingers.
Well, you can feel free to take some of them off my skin if you want.
I think I already did, because if the medic succeeded in taking them off you,
Yeah.
he would have given them to me, and I'll have sort of like plugged them in here and there.
Yeah, I think maybe some of them would like didn't survive the.
The transplant.
Yeah.
Well, that's
No one's quite sure where it came from, but Vargi's sat in a corner on a box, drinking a tankard of ale, just smirking at everything that's happening.
Very peculiar.
these seeds can try and get us, but we will not be defeated.
Quite the show indeed.
I really hope Vargi has like a keg built in somewhere into his armor, so that like you should just take a break and just be like.
Have you seen those guys? You see them at festivals and gigs sometimes who have like kegs strapped to their backs and their little taps, and they walk around. He's like somewhere in there. There is like a little. Let me just get over here and.
This is
An
now,
asomatic keg.
this is now a keg fort.
Nice.
That sounds like my type of fort.
That's gonna be the name of my future pub.
Yeah,
Keg
nice. So yes, you do spend the rest of the day below decks as the Seedfall hammers the side of the Cogfort, and eventually it eases up as you pass back into the foliage. As you move on to day 3, Sichuan, roll me a 2d6.
Oh, God.
Ooh, so on the morning of day 3, the Cogfort lurches up on its back 4 legs and kind of goes and as if it's going over like a mound, and as you look out of the viewport, you see like a sort of like a in June with the sandworm. It's that,
Yep.
but under the ground.
The sandworm was under the ground.
But like under the mud and rock, not the sand.
Sure.
And
So there's something under the ground, what you're saying? Which
yeah,
is like...
maybe a crew person who's doing their duties nearby mutters under their breath, "Glade worm. It shouldn't bother us. We're too big for it."
Are you sure? Because it almost made us buckle and fall.
Can I roll nature to see what I know about glade worms?
Yes, although I won't be able to tell you any more than I just did.
I know they're big worms and they're under the ground.
Yeah, I think it's like the non-gross version of what the Nurgle maggot can use to like tunnel into cities and stuff. So like a tunneling, rock-eating worm beast.
Nice, like a Tarask.
It's no Shai Hulud.
No. Yeah, you can't ride it, Dreadbark, unfortunately.
Loved you.
It's like, fuck this Cogfort. And Dreadbark, roll me a 2d6.
A what, sorry?
A 2d6.
A TD6. Aye,
Just gonna move on to the
5 and a 6.
big numbers.
Solid roll.
Ooh, aye. Have we just turned into a Scottish party?
Yeah.
I think that would be good though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Aye.
This is
Well, only Robbie Coltrane's stupidest characters. No like actual Scottish accents. None of us can do those.
This is the Harbinger of the Rangers.
The Celtic Harbinger.
So as there's probably like a a pub at the front for the Celtics and a pub at the back for the Rangers. So yes, Dreadbark, as you stand on the observation deck, your favourite point may be that it's out of the smog from the chimneys, and as dusk falls around you, a clearing in the canopy appears as you look up and you see a rainbow aurora in the sky, shedding motes of light, and you think maybe it's not so bad after all.
I'm reminded of the beauties of nature.
Yes.
in this industrial, or soon to be industrial hellhole.
Exactly. And there's night.
Chance would be a fine thing.
A fine thing indeed. So as night falls on the third day across Ghyran, the crew know that they should be over halfway to Greywater Fastness by now, but Captain Heinz is not feeling any luckier, still not having uncovered the reason why shipments have halted from the city, and nothing along the road so far has appeared out of order. The Cogfort's night watch has taken over, and Captain Heinz has retired to his small cabin for the night. Where is everybody?
I'm wondering how he thinks there's nothing unordinary has happened on this. We've gone through 4 bouts of bizarre occurrences.
This is the normal stuff in the realm of life.
Alrighty then. Well, there we go.
Nothing to say why Greywater Fastness would not be sending out any supplies.
Okay. From the worms and the flying deadly seeds. Oh.
So you're on the you're all in the crew deck, trying to get some shut eye. The noise of the engine of the Cogfort's probably not. You probably haven't gotten used to it yet, so you're probably struggling to sleep. Who has a natural awareness of 2 or higher?
Oh, me! I must have.
The stunties.
I think I might.
Where that is.
It's one of those things I can never remember where it is.
Bottom
Oh,
right.
natural awareness. Is that different to awareness?
Yeah.
Oh,
awareness-
yeah, I've got fuck all.
A natural awareness of 2. That I also have this
2.
ability that does other shit as well. So.
The
Everyone apart from Klaus.
See, when I've got this talent that says you have advantage on opposed test to spot hidden enemies, and your natural awareness increases by 1. Is that saying my natural awareness increases by 1 forever, or it's just saying it increases by 1 for these tests? It's very strange.
It's a talent.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
How do you calculate natural awareness? Because Klaus has got training in awareness and 4 mind, so I feel like you should have decent awareness.
Training awareness.
I have no idea how it's calculated, actually.
Oh no, it says there, Lawrie, natural awareness 3. Underneath
I
your
didn't say that.
skills.
Yeah, bottom right, if you're on the skills.
It says 6. Oh, no, that's because I boosted it, right? Yeah, there you go, yeah. 3.
Yeah. I guess, bonus is something else, I guess.
Oh, I see, yeah, there you go.
That must be like,
yeah, that's for
Yeah, so
everything.
Sichuan can put 1 in his bonus on his natural awareness, so that he actually gets 3.
There's that. I thought it was one said it's 3 different things. Okay, it's better skill than I thought it was. That's good. Yeah, I have advantage on opposed test and natural awareness in 1, and I don't suffer penalty of defense when attacked by any creature.
So you've all
I thought it
got
was all thing.
you've all got
actually
2 or higher then, yeah?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you all start to hear odd tappings and scrabblings coming from outside the hull. And you can choose whether to investigate or not.
Certainly.
Vargi flips down his etheric lens and just has a look, since his etheric lenses enable him to see through surfaces up to 5 feet thick.
Oh yes,
Oh, wow.
that's definitely going to be
I'm
fun,
just-
isn't it?
I'm just...
I'm sorry to have used it so soon, but it's the perfect time.
It was like, what was that in? Was it in Wang as well? You had like, was it the Auspex? And when everybody had an Auspex.
Yeah, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
piss off.
I was like, I know
You
where
know,
everything is. Oh yeah, and then you bloody had one in your head, didn't you, Alex?
Yeah.
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 Most OP
I mean-
piece of war gear.
By the time we get a power fist, it's like whatever. Who cares? Who cares if you know where they are? All right. Sorry. Who's going to investigate? Vargi's sitting there, just like turns on his night vision goggles.
So, tell me again. Sorry, sorry.
There's a pitter patter on the outside of the Cogfort.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Oh, yes, definitely. If there's any chance of these beautiful golden runes being killed by some kind of bats, as in Empire Strikes Back, then I will investigate.
I'm just gonna follow Goldmane here, so I'm drawn in by his gold beard.
Yeah, come with me, Klaus. I'll show you how to fight off these creatures. I've gone with them. I can't do it. I can't do pirate. Yar.
I like the kind of the talk like that.
I'll probably just wind up doing that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Please.
Are you willing?
Let's do that. Follow me.
Somerset.
So, you all head up. Well, so the three of you head up to the observation deck. Vargi stays in the crew deck, looking through the wall. And as you reach the observation deck, you see the duardin watchman, turn towards you to see who it is approaching. And as he does, you see a spear thrust through his chest, and he gets thrown overboard, and leaping over the railing of the Cogfort, climbing up either side are two storm vermin.
Oh no!
Presumably, Vargi has spotted this and identified there's a threat, and
Oh yes,
You're down below me.
gone to join.
You've seen these shapes climbing up the side, yeah. So you've. But I'll say. I'll say.
Thanks for the notice. Thanks for the warning.
Say, oh, you all just rushed off, didn't you?
That
Got
implies,
for old Vargi.
well, that implies he'd have seen them well before. Yeah, he could have saved this man's life.
You just chose not to.
Outrageous. Oh, this is very. Does this map take you a few weeks to make? Did it?
Fuck off.
It's Nordic.
Spartan. It's very Spartan.
If you paid for it from IKEA RPG department.
Unfortunately, Cogfort. Four deck Cogfort map hasn't been invented yet. Just yet. So unfortunately, we're stuck with my kind of theatre of the mind squares.
I thought you said two rats all up.
So there's two rats who have jumped onto the deck, and two more are climbing up the sides. So this whole deck is a zone. The sides of the Cogfort are zones. So yeah.
I wonder if we were to hit the guys climbing up the side of the Cogfort, whether they might fall down off the Cogfort.
So
That would be quite a thing, wouldn't it?
what did it beard?
So I have a really annoying question that I don't think anyone will know the answer to because it's very specific to players. It's really the whole thing is their whole like Urgold runes they have like embedded into their skin.
Yep.
And like the scripture is very hard to understand. It says they activate at battles, you can use them, and one part of the scripture says it lasts an adventure, another part says that after they're used, they run out. And I don't have any experience with gold runes. I don't know if they get it very confused. It confused me, and I don't know how to use them, but they're quite a big part of my character.
They do run out. I read your character, so I was interested. They do run out. I'm sure it says in there that an adventure is like 3 to 5 sessions, but I think it's something for you to figure out with Olly on how long they'll last. But when they fizzle out, you have to forge new ones.
So it's like they activate it once, and then it lasts for a while, and then fizzles out. That makes some sense. I mean, that's the best compromise in my head then. But I might as well just activate them all just now, and they're just live for the whole adventure. You know what I mean? It's weird tactically. I couldn't figure out how to use them because it just seemed like you might as well just have them on all the time. But if they ran out after each combat,
that's what I understood when I read it. But I think the term adventure is something you'll have to figure out.
Yes,
how long that should actually last in this game that we're playing.
I think that sounds like yeah, fuck it. I don't see why I wouldn't just activate them all straight away and just have loads of buffs.
Pretty much the core of your character, innit?
Yeah.
Nice. You are healed, by the way, from the Seedfall.
You got healed?
Yeah, because it's just toughness.
Oh, great.
So who has the highest initiative? It's Vargi, or Sichuan. You got like 6, or 7.
Well, again,
We didn't have any initiative, anything like this in our last party.
I mentioned 4, yeah. But if my rune of relentless zeal isn't activated, then I gain a bonus to initiative equal to my soul, which is 7. Which is
Wow.
But again, if that's just playable, I need to look into it.
Yeah, maybe I should as well.
This is very powerful.
We'll start with Vargi for now.
Vargi, having already seen through the walls more of them skittering up the side, leans up and says, "Oh, don't worry, I'll deal with this one." And he makes a called shot with his athematic volley gun, targeting the arms of one of the climbing storm vermin.
Yes.
Its defense increases by 1 step. If the attack deals damage, the target drops an item they are carrying, such as a weapon or shield, though you may interpret that they're unable to climb. I'll leave it up to you.
They do use their tails as well. I think shooting one hand will not mean it will fall if that's what you're trying to do.
Well, you can tell me what it's going to drop then.
Okay.
But I'm aiming to make it drop its weapon, in that case.
They halberds.
I need to think how a Skaven would actually like.
Yeah, he's shooting at the arms. You can tell me what happens.
It's gonna bite you.
Aim to make it a Cogfort.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to make it fall, but if that's not what happens, then that's fine. So what is the target's defense?
The target's defense is good.
So it becomes great against my good accuracy. So we need 5s.
Yes.
So let's use a focus. Not focus. Let's use a metal. Use a metal.
A miracle dice.
So we're gonna get. We need 5s, and I've got 3 bonus pointies on this shot. So I get an extra one in the first round of combat as well. Yeah. Oh mate, that would have been such a good roll if I needed 4s.
If you weren't shooting his little paw.
Vargi, what was your initiative, Vargi?
7.
Oh, fine. Yeah, just because I'm basically a bard character and I do have lots of buffs to give, so it does feel like, if you want to let me
make sense, wouldn't it?
Does
Okay,
help.
well, we better remember that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 6 damage.
Okay, well they have 2 armor, so it goes down to 4. Is this the one off the side, yeah?
Yep.
Oops. Alright, so you do unleash a volley into it, and it's kind of like its paws come off the wall, and then maybe like its shield that it was clasped to its arm, it kind of tries to hold it up, and then maybe as it's like taking the volley, it kind of drops the shield down into the undergrowth, and then it takes a bunch of bullets besides. So actually its defense is now average without the shield, so
I'll take it.
There's your reward.
He nods in satisfaction and moves to another new location over here.
Another location. Alright. Initiative 5, Klaus. Oh no, Sichuan, you were 5 as well?
7 technically with my rune of relentless zeal.
Okay, go on then.
Well, do you mind if I go first? Because I was going to buff you.
Well, I'm going to buff you.
Oh.
You have to act in the initiative order unless you hold,
God damn it.
unless you hold actions, and I can't remember how they work right now.
As the swirling action, everyone leaps to their feet and their swords. Sichuan stands firm and begins to bellow a legendary tale of the Fire Slayers, inspiring all around him as he tells of their legendary fights for blood and gold and their the never-ending war against something that is very entertaining. And he spills a saga of enmity on everyone. and I need to do a test, but this will help you a lot. I recount the tale of a victory over a seemingly insurmountable foe. It happened to be a giant Skaven creature, actually, that he defeated many eons ago.
Nice.
And I'm going to roll a little entertainment test for you all. Here we go.
I feel like I'm going to be so drawn into this story, I'm just going to miss my turn. just in awe. Smitten in awe.
It's not that good, to be fair.
Oh.
My own trumpet. There we go. Take bonus. Well focused.
I think we had to play around with doing some of these as well last time.
Oh yes, lovely. Great, lovely. That was successful. 3 successes was fantastic. And that means everyone in my zone gets an increase. The melee accuracy is increased by 1 step until the start of the next turn. So everyone's melee accuracy goes up 1 step.
And the Skaven as well?
No, just the allies. They would be not inspired by the telling of a rending of Skaven flesh.
They might, if they didn't like that Skaven. They were like, serves him right.
It was their mate. It was their mate.
Right.
Scrawler.
It was actually their dad.
It was their dad. You're right. Now you mentioned it, you're absolutely right. It was their dad.
When I was fighting near
Grandpappy
Dar.
Skaven. Pappy Skaven.
Brilliant. And then I'll use point of metal to have another just go at it, and I'll just go for an attack with my bat.
Nice.
It doesn't say that I get buffed by it, which I guess makes sense. I can't inspire myself, I suppose. Next annoying question. That's my last annoying question I've written down. When you have a weapon and it said its damage is 1 plus S, on my sheet, S is going to be just the
amount
whatever
of successes you get, yeah.
No. So what should I input 1 to damage on roll 20? So I got 1 base. Is that how it works?
It should come up when you roll. It should say damage, like your base damage, and then it'll tell you the successes.
You have some weapons that are just successes and ones that are successes plus 4.
Yeah, or plus 2.
Everything is at least S. So if you ask you to put in the damage, put the plus number.
So I just add 1 myself to it. Just remember, just add 1.
No, it should add it.
Just put 1 in your weapon, and then add whatever, however many successes you got to 1, and that's the damage.
Just roll the dice.
Okay.
And then we'll see.
Okay. What's their defense?
Which the ones with the observation decks are good defense.
Good.
As they have big shields, yeah.
Okay. I knew I should take another spell. Okay, fine. Good. So that's going to be DN 4. If I'm average, 4 or 5.
5's for you if you're 1 step lower.
Fine. Wait, what did I do then? DN is 5.
I think you would inspire yourself. I feel like Fire Slayers would definitely build themselves up into a frenzy. That seems to be something
just
they would do.
Do it.
Any ally that starts their turn in your zone can hear you, increases it. It doesn't say an ally, and there's something else, does it? So
I don't know what I don't know if allies. Maybe if we find another thing that says allies and yourself, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, allies sound specifically not you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think motivational speakers, motivate themselves when they're speaking, or?
Yeah, but it's more like, I feel like it's more like warriors going into battle, like egging themselves up.
Yeah, singing a song.
I think he's already egged up. I think is the point. They can't get much more.
Oh, I see. Yes. That's your secret cap.
Exactly. Remember again with focus. Focus is what allows you to add 1 to your. You can add 1 to your bonus when you're rolling, or you can add dice, or
you can make one of your dice go up by 1 per focus point.
And what do you?
Go on.
What inputs when you're doing the roll when you go into melee bonus, or the bonus in when you roll the second thing when you press roll 20? What allows you to add like a bonus to it?
You only add a bonus if you know that you have a bonus to add. Unless you if you use your metal on increasing your training, you would put that in there, but otherwise ignore it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's what I was remembering. Cool. Wait. Okay. It's pretty good though. 3 successes. You use your focus to increase one of those by 1 point.
Yeah, which you don't need to do because you got 3
So
successes.
3. And then with my rune of searing heat that I have as well, is all attacks deal 1 damage. So that's 4 damage. But that's 5. So that's 3 successes plus 1 because it's a battle axe. We're saying.
And then
So it's
plus
5.
Yeah.
So it's 5 damage.
With your searing heat,
Yes. The
As-
rune of-
has 2 armor, so it goes down to 3 as you enter a melee with this storm
Yeah.
vermin.
That's it.
Nice sparks flying.
That's it.
Right, initiative, Klaus.
Initiative Klaus. Alright, my first question. Vargi, is your weapon does it have like a magazine? Is it belt fed? Is the ammunition in the backpack or?
It's fed by a drum magazine.
And how
Right.
many bullets
More
do you have
rounds.
left?
Then you can 6,500.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna cast Gift of Chamon, imbuing your ammunition with deadly magic, giving you full metal jacket rounds or some shit.
Nice. What does that do?
Well, it doesn't do a lot. Gives you 1 plus more damage, one more damage next
That's
time. I
alright.
think. Yeah.
Better than a
That's a
poison in the
shame.
eye with a sharp stick.
And then, so since you can turn that into 2 successes with your focus
Oh,
point.
nice. Then yeah, 2 successes. So I'll give you 2 more damage on your next turn.
Is it? It just. Oh yeah. Alternatively, you can increase the bonus damage. Yeah. Oh no, per 2 additional. So you need 2 additional
Oh, okay.
to do the increase, but you can make it last 2 rounds instead of 1.
Yeah, then I'll do the 2 rounds then.
Sounds good.
And then cast Molten Gaze
Nice.
The gaze
on
of
these
Malt.
2 vermin here.
With the ones
Yeah.
on the deck.
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess I can't hit the ones I can't see.
Oof. So that is 4 successes. You can't do anything with the focus point, but still. So that's 4 damage.
This is me still angered by those fucking seeds yesterday.
You still got 1 in your on your foot or something.
I didn't completely get rid of them, so there's one that's growing still.
Says each.
And the pain of that anger, the anger through that pain, I'm
Okay.
It's full
So
of Cyclops on them.
the one you're fighting, Sichuan, just gets like its armor just gets turned into molten slag, and you just have this horrible smell of burning rat hair as it slumps toward the deck. And this one as well.
Tasty.
4 down to yeah. Nice. Yeah, and then it is Dreadbark.
Just gonna go to the toilet.
So you've got.
remember you have a melee accuracy increased by 1 step. The Bard's
Yeah.
Curse and everyone.
So this one's injured. That one's nearly has hanging on for dear life, and then you've got a fully healed one as well back here.
Okay. Well, Dreadbark's gonna. First thing is gonna do aim up in the air and send a hail of doom sailing over the side of the Cogfort at the storm vermin who are climbing up the side.
You have +1 accuracy.
Cool. It actually doesn't affect this because it's just a straight up opposed test.
Well, just humour me and pretend it was the reason you're successful, and I'm magnificent.
You are magnificent. Whatever happens, Michael, you know that perfectly well. It's not dependent on in-game circumstances.
All I needed to hear.
or what media you like and dislike. Just don't tell Chris that you don't like Into the Spider-Verse.
I do like Into the Spider-Verse.
Good. Yeah, I know that.
No,
Don't.
Right, so I'm rolling 5 dice. It's a 4-1 basic skill test, and then you've got to make 4-1 body tests against it.
Okie doke.
It's not great actually. I've only got I've got 2 focus in ballistic seal, so I can put both of those 2 of the 3 3s up to 4s.
So 4.
So it's 4 successes.
So I need to beat 4 on body.
So you make a 4-1 reflexes test, and the difference in successes is done as damage to each target.
Ah, gotcha. I remember.
So I've done 4 successes.
They do have reflexes, so DN is 4. No bonus. So you've got 2 successes against your 4, so it's 2 damage.
2 damage to each of them, yeah.
I'll do the other one as well, because that was for that one. Oof. Especially because of the armour that they both have. Actually, the guy who lost his shield, I'm going to say his armour is reduced by 1. So he takes the hail of arrows coming down after the volley of gunfire. There! Finally loses his footing and gets like stomped by one of the spider legs. But this one manages to take it all on his armour and shield plating.
Shazbat. And then we'll burn a metal to do an ordinary great bow attack.
Nice.
At this chap. So you said my accuracy is
Increased by 1 step.
up 1, so that's good. And their defense is also good, right?
Yes, when they have their shields.
This is 4s.
Fellas. Double 3 again to up to 4.
Yeah, so we can bump them up. So it's 4 successes.
Plus 1 damage.
Yes.
So 5 damage total.
Correct. Piercing type.
Nice. So this storm vermin, you like because of your height, you're able to like with your great bow just unleash one chunky arrow straight into its like between its neck plate and its cuirass. Like
Have you played Elden Ring? There's if you have, there's some guys with fuck off massive bows that can shoot an arrow that's like the length of a tree at you from like the other side of the map, and it kills you in 1 unless you're like mental high level.
Yeah.
Like a ballista.
Yeah, more like a ballista than a normal person firing a normal bow.
Yeah. So like a Total War when you manage to shoot like one person with a artillery.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So it is the storm vermin's turn. Oh, why is that guy? Oh, I've done the thing where 1 token is representative of all the storm vermin. That's annoying. So they have a special thing where if they're in close range of one another, they do like a shield wall thing with their halberds. So I think the defense goes up again. I can't remember. I'll read it in a second. But they will attack you, Sichuan.
What?
They want your fried chicken burgers.
Don't we all?
Don't we all, James?
It's the province.
Is that what you say as you're stabbed to death? It's the province.
It's not the item on the food menu.
Go back to Soho, tourist.
Exactly.
Right. Your defense is?
It's very average.
Very average. So 3s then.
Alarmingly average.
Well,
oh boy.
Welcome to the jungle.
What happened?
It's 6 damage.
Oh,
My rune of iron skin at least acts as armor. It's not armor, obviously, because I'm not wearing armor of my loincloth.
That's interesting because they've got rend, so I don't know how that
Yeah.
works if I rend your skin. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
not because it's magic.
Yeah, it's definitely magic. Yeah, it's not armor. It's not real armor.
Yeah.
It's just a rune.
I'd say you're fine.
So you're saying
rune,
5, 6 minus 1. Then is what you're saying?
Correct.
Or 5 minus 1. So extra damage 1.
Yeah.
So why did you get damage? Is that that's the one I added? That's what I did. I added 1. That's the 1 extra.
Extra damage is what the weapon itself provides.
Yeah, like a base damage.
It could be S plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Good. That's what I was doing, just manually.
All right.
Cool. Great. So 5. Oh, that was quite a lot.
And the other one.
What?
So that's just for -1 because of your armor, so 3 damage.
I have 1 toughness left.
And Dreadbark, what is your defense?
2.
You're good. What did you say? Or average?
Oh, sorry. I said 2. Armor. My defense is average.
So 3s again. So you take 5 damage. You've also got natural armor as well, so I don't think I can rend you either. I'm gonna work that out before the next session, but it'll be interesting to know.
So I shall take but 3.
But 3.
Yeah.
Wait, do they have shields as well as halberds?
Sylvanas get 2 built-in natural armor, but they can't wear armor.
Yes. Yeah, I'm treating that the same as the runes as well, because it's not like you can like replace it very easily.
Yeah, it just grows back.
Yeah. I'm just seeing their trait shield, break. Storm Vermin are trained to press their armored blocks together into formations that are notoriously difficult to break. When 2 or more wielding shields are in the same zone, they can create a formation. The defense of all Storm Vermin in the formation increases by 1 step to great. Whoa. That's awesome. And then I think at the end of the round, at the end of their turns, I think they go. One of them goes dashes down into the below the next deck. But by now, because of the screams from the guy who got yeeted over the edge, you can hear like the bell clanging on the Cogfort, and you can hear the other crewmen like rushing around, and you can imagine that because there are hatches either side of the Cogfort, so you can imagine that the Skaven have been trying to get in there as well. So you can hear the sound of fighting below decks, and Captain Hines like shouting over the comms, being like, "To arms, men! To arms!"
Why does he break away? Do I not get like a little hit him or anything? Do I get like a retreating bonus or anything?
No. What do you think this is?
No.
Pathfinder?
He just fucks off.
I think there's a rule for everything, do you?
Can I do that? Can I just fuck off with no penalty?
Yep.
All right then. Well, that's fair.
You just told a story about a great battle, and now you're going to run away, Sir Robin.
I'm not
Very
going to run away.
interesting.
I wouldn't run away. I am no Sir Robin. There you.
Sir Robin, brave Sir Robin, ran away. He was not afraid to die, be killed in nasty ways.
What?
I never.
What? You get me.
And I'm going to have to end it there, because I need to end it early, but very interesting, yes. The battle for the Cogfort is nigh. Defend it with your lives.
Nice.
Nice. In medias res.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Love that. Awesome
Cool.
first session.
Nice.
That was some sick fun times.
They're pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's good to have already feels very different to the previous Soul. That's the worry is that it's all going to be the only similar thing is really just Sylvaneth, but we didn't really interact with them much.
And Skaven a bit. But
It was one Skaven right down in the cellars.
it was a Skaven-based chapter, yeah.
Yeah.
First one, wasn't it? The Skaven one. Oh, no. It was like two.
Chapter 3 or 4, yeah, right in the middle.
That was the best encounter, I think, of the campaign, just because it was so ridiculously on the edge of death.
Yeah.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
like,
Big time.
okay,
We got pretty-
how are we going to do this?
Protect the soul pods, yeah.
Yeah, we got quite split, didn't we? And then I think I came away with a rat's head though, so that was quite good.
Oh yes, and I got to play a Skaven for like 2 hours straight. Who like sucked up to you for 2 hours straight and then just literally disappeared at the first opportunity.
Yeah. They were kind of friendly, and then they were.
He's gone. He's gone because
Friendly Skaven.
Well, they acted.
Cowardly, like life-preserving Skaven.
Mm.
I'm glad I took that extra toughness from my fortitude, or I'd have been Daddy Boy.
You'd be wounded already. Yeah.
I have extra wounds anyway. It's fine. No, I took a trait that gave me extra toughness for fortitude, so it seemed like a fair.
Nice.
So I had extra toughness points.
That might be coming in handy.
Mm.
Well, yes.
All right, chaps. I'll
Lovely.
I'll probably see you next